Now, I don't know if this has to do with Jeffree Star because of what happened later in that evening, but
No.
Will and I were headed to the Drake party.
Yes.
And at Scottsdale Airport. It was in a hangar. Very cool. We think we have passes to get on the list or to get inside. That should be no problem. There's going to be a bunch of,
NFL guys.
No, I thought there was going to be a bunch of general pop and then a bunch of people that were on the list.
That's how I thought it worked as well.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody thought that.
Yeah. I also showed up 2 hours late.
Did you show up 2 hours late?
I was the latest person possible.
Now, shall we jump to him? Sorry. Shall we jump to his late arrival?
Yeah, no, sure.
Today?
We're standing outside of the gate.
Yeah.
And we're
100%. You guys
we're
were
with Shane.
I saw you guys. I
Hang
was
on,
sitting in
hang
the
on,
car.
Hang on.
Go.
I love your energy, by the way.
Shane.
You're on 10 right now.
We're even.
A lot of pre-workout this morning, boys.
Yeah, he's on
Gatorade
400
Fast
milligrams
Twitch.
of whatever, dude.
We're with Shane Gillis. Shout out the boy and our little crew. And we had a crew. Like I get it.
How many people?
It was definitely a numbers game.
Me, Will,
But
Shane,
you
Mark.
don't know that at first.
I did not until I saw you guys.
Christian C-Mac, the boy Christian that we had just met that day. That's not like a
Great
boy
people.
like you. He's great people.
Great people.
He's calling, trying to figure out how we can all get in because it's a mob outside of this gate to get in.
Which, by the way, you feel fucking disgusting when you're sitting out there trying to get in. We thought we were just going to walk in. And it's a very...
George.
That's what I thought I was
So
going to do.
George, as we're figuring all this out with Christian and Shane, he's like, "Hey, I know we'll get in here. Cameras with the Jeffree Star stuff are going on." George texts or calls, and we get on the phone, and he's like,
I saw you. I was in a car.
He was in a
I
car,
was not going to go
seeing
stand
me.
out there.
And I was like,
I watched you guys walk in. And I was sat in the car. I was in the car for 30 minutes.
And I go, "Yeah, we're about to go in. I think we're trying to get directed to some door. I don't know if it was text or a phone call."
I think it was a phone call.
And
This
then
is actually new information to me. I didn't know
George is
this.
like, I see you. I'm like, "Oh, come join." Like, I think we're about to get in. Blah,
I was
blah.
like, I'm not getting out of the
I think
car
we're on
yet.
the phone with Christian, and because teammates. George gets out of the car. We see the boy George.
Yeah.
Just was on the phone a minute ago.
100%.
And Will literally puts, he goes, "There's George.
There he is. There's the boy."
He goes, "Go." So I start doing the fucking scooch through.
For sure.
Get through people. Excuse me, pardon me. I
George
know
has got his
George.
team. I know you try, like it was a numbers game there. But us being on the phone a minute ago and you walking like, "There's the boy George." And George is like getting escorted and we're like, I'm like, "Hey, just get right here."
Right.
We're going in. And then this is where
So
you
George,
feel your thing.
So George is holding the gate or with the security guard holding the gate, looking down.
Yep.
He's going, this person, and then he peeks with it. He gets a peripheral on me and he goes,
Oh, we all
and
make
then
eye
he points
contact.
to the person right in front of me and goes, "This is the last person right here."
Bro.
And that person walked through.
It's 100%.
Now listen,
It's 100% what happened. It's 100% what happened. That happened.
As the gate
100%
closing,
what happened.
dude, I'm looking at George and I just go,
Taylor and I are standing at the gate.
I go, "Georgie." He goes, and the gate's closing. And he just goes, "I'm so sorry, guys." And he walks away.
I think I said, "George, it's me."
That's me, Will.
Literally, the gate closes. His eyes.
The scummiest feeling I've ever had in my
I
life.
felt.
Taylor walks up to me and goes, "I hate this so much." I was like, "Bro, that was brutal." I go,
Brutal.
"We were just on the phone a minute ago."
And at the end of the night, you're leaving with your crew and you go, "Oh, you made it in," as you're walking by. And I'm thinking, I am a fucking pedestrian out here, dude. What a terrible feeling this day
Oh,
is.
dude, no, that was a joke. No, but that's exactly what happened because I'm sitting in the car and it's a Cash App event. I'm a Cash App athlete.
Congrats.
And I had, it was awesome. Shout
is
out
sick.
Josh Allen. He got me the connection. Awesome.
Okay.
That is
Josh on the boy. Remember when he came on here and he was so hungover he had to leave the bus?
Yeah.
We had to stop halfway through and he had to go
amazing.
pee.
Willie was saying, yeah, it
Oh,
sounds
it
like
was
a big
amazing.
deal.
So I was in conversations with Cash App like 30 texts for the last 5 days before that. And they're like, you have to have a complete set number and you can't have one extra person after this. So they're like, you have 10 tickets. And I gave them 10 names. And they're like, that's all you can do. And then my marketing guy, Pete, the boy.
Because he was the one rallying it. It's like, there he is. That's the
No,
that's
so
the-
we got there
Man.
and like I said, they said, don't show up any later than 10 o'clock. I showed up, I'm pretty sure 11:30 because they're like, Drake's not going on until 1. Also, why do people not go on until 1 o'clock?
Oh,
That's such a
that's
Vegas
just so
thing.
gay,
That's
bro.
So
Vegas
dumb.
thing.
Let's just go on at 10:30 and then let's have a night afterwards.
Yes,
9.
bro.
Yeah, what are we doing? Anyway, so we get there and I'm sitting in the car because I'm not getting out. And also, that was one of my very first experience with hardcore paparazzi. That was really
And just, I mean,
That was weird. And
you
then-
get the text too, 10 people. This is a
Yes.
great concert.
And
It
so-
is madness out
I'm
there.
more just happy we're having the conversation.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now,
no,
because it's been
100%.
eating at me since February.
And so Claire is she was on my back and she's pushing me and Pete's in front of me and he goes, 10 people, count them out. And I get to 10. I look at Taylor and I'm just like, So sorry. Like there's
Dude, I look at you like a
there's
puppy
nothing
dog.
I can do.
too.
I can't do anything.
Oh, and George
and like,
Kittle was
because
like,
then
"What are
the
you
fire,
thinking
no,
out
and
there?"
also as soon as we got there, the fire marshal, they shut it down. And that's why I asked you at the end of the night, oh my gosh, you got in.
Yeah.
Because they told me I was the last 10 people that got in. They're like, no one else is allowed to even come in the show.
Oh, brother.
So that's what they
Leave
told
that
me. And I was like, well,
freaking
that's
there,
just
finagling
super
away.
inconvenient for all of the boys. And I apologize. And hopefully in the future, we can all just go in together from the start.
The
Yeah.
next day, it was either the
Cash
next
App.
day or within
It's
the
gonna sponsor us.
next, yeah, true.
Yeah,
or
Cash
the
App
next
was
few
sponsored
days.
by us.
Let's go.
George texted something, and like we can look, but I was just like, "Are we not going to talk about what happened?" He goes, "Hey, it's time to get over that." I'm just thinking,
There's nothing I can do about it. No, I have no
That's
control.
an alpha
"Oh, we're
move.
still talking about that. I think it's time to get over that." And I was just like, "Okay."
Damn, bro.
I was
you
on-
need hats?
I was on a heater after that. That was funny. Yeah.
Need
Can
hat?
I have a hat, please?
Where do you need me to send the merch?
Yeah, dude, that
Oh,
was
you guys are brutal.
that was one of the
That was a very like
most
I
tough
hate
situations of my
letting
life.
people down is top 3, one of the worst feelings you could
Bro,
ever feel, especially as a
yes.
boy, especially when you're on a football team. Letting someone down, you're just like, I have failed as just a
Yeah.
person.
Yeah,
and so
dude.
that was a terrible moment for me. But we can move past that.
We can, and then
And you guys got in.
we
did.
did. We got,
And also,
it was the phone call. It's like, "Hey, how's it looking out there?" I'm like, "It's absolute chaos, but I think we're about to find a door and get in." And I'm like, "You could probably roll with us." And he's like, "Okay, I'm pulling up, or I can see you. I'll come find you." There's George. That's it.
love you.
Hey.
I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
Taylor. I'm just like, dude.
I
literally,
I am the
it's your
worst.
analogy, dude. The zombie apocalypse, and we're all just trying to get in
Oh,
to get the vaccine
exactly
or whatever
what-
we need. And
exactly what it
literally,
is.
You looked at me and closed the door, knowing I'm about to get attacked by zombies. Like I'm going to die
Yeah,
here.
you're going down.
Like, hey, you looked me in the eyes.
You
You're the
can
last
defend
person to
yourself.
look me in the eyes.
I didn't want to look you in the eyes either.
Before I
felt
die.
so bad.
Dude, the door was closed. I'm sorry, Taylor, and it fucking closed. And I just thought to myself, I got to get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh, it
I
was-
got to get
He goes, "I hate this so much."
We were driving. Will and I were driving home. We actually got in a little argument that night. I forget about what.
Probably 5 guys in and out.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, and then it
But
was,
like
it was
3 in the
literally
morning.
one of those things where we were like spatting at each other, and like the next morning, Will's like, "Hey, man, I apologize." Well, and I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry too." But
Oh,
we left that, and we're like, "I'm glad we did it," because I don't think like the next Super Bowl, like next year's Super Bowl, hopefully you're playing in it. We will not be
Going to those.
Going to
At
those.
least you know you did that, and then you can just take it off the
And unless
pedestal.
it's a situation like you had where it's like we for sure going to get put in there, then I don't think it's worth going to. It was
It's
cool to be from me to the boys in the back there seeing Drake. Like that was a rad
We were-
situation.
super cool.
Going off.
No, and that was fun, but it's just that's like my second concert I've gone to, and the first one I went to was identical to that,
Right.
Except I had less plugs, and so it was even more of a shit show to get in. And I was like, oh, it's not gonna be like that because hey, I'm on a list.
Dude,
It's the
it
exact
felt like
same.
everyone was like,
Everyone was
we're on the list too.
I
Everyone was on
we
a
said
list.
out loud, "Hey, we're on the list," and like 10 people behind us like echoing, "We're on the list. Yeah, we're on the list." And I'm like, "Fuck, dude."
There ain't no way
everyone-
we're
It's
getting
like
in
being in
this.
jail and be like, "I'm innocent."
You-
Everyone's
you
saying the
just made
same
the list.
thing.
But seeing him perform that close was pretty dope.
That was
Yeah.
it was very cool,
And by the way, you're right. C-Mac is like a boy.
wonderful.
Bro, he's all
Like
time.
he starts. We find each other there, and we just start, not dancing together, but dancing.
Dancing
Yeah,
in
that's
the
a
same
good bro
vicinity.
hug.
And then,
Dancing
yeah,
together.
He's a fucking stud.
He's a homie,
He's one of the
dude.
boys.
It was wonderful.